I know that in Chinese communities, for so many people out there who are different, the idea of being disowned is so strong. It's a real threat.
Cheek, 1, 2. Woo! Hey guys, welcome to Body Combat. Let's push play, let's go.
Oh wow, okay, let's do this. My name's Alice, Alice Khaw. I am a New Zealand-born Malaysian Chinese, and I grew up in Lower Hutt, just over the way, because now I live in Wellington City. I feel like for my age, I've achieved a lot. I still think I've got a long way to go, and I've still got heaps of experiences to do, but for 26, I'm pretty happy and I'm pretty content with the life I lead and the way I lead it.
Beautiful. All right, team.
It's funny because I feel like I've run away from Chinese culture for so much of my life. And ever since I did my counselling postgrad, it really helped me figure out, actually, I am really Chinese, and what does that mean? And to me, that links into the respect for my elders and that idea of collectivism as opposed to individualism, and your family are what will sustain you and what will hold you up. And I guess it's probably the thing that I struggle the most with, because I'm gay, and it's really hard to know that as a gay Chinese, I won't be accepted by some of my family. So I guess the purpose of this journey is because I've already come out to my immediate family. They know who I am. This is me telling the extended family, the community, the Asian community, that it's okay to be gay and Chinese.
I don't know, it's for your Asian time, not mine. How are you? So these are spicy. I got these for the Asians at the table.
Excellent. You know that I'm the worst Asian ever, right? I can't eat anything spicy.
Ah! Just like me, I'm an islander and I can't eat fish.
Yeah. You know what's been really scary is actually coming out to my community. I'm most fearful on the effects of my mum, because my fear is that when I come out and I say this is who I am, people are going to discriminate my mum and tell her that she did a crap job of raising me. It's really sad because Asian culture, they're not exposed to gay community, or it's still a big taboo. So you might have family members who are gay, but just not recognized. And obviously they're not gonna talk about it.
Don't talk about it. Never talk about it.
Yeah, so as far as they know, no one is gay. I think it's really brave, and it's like you do have to do it. I came out accidentally, and you know that.
Yeah.
But it's the best thing that has ever happened to me. So my mom still doesn't talk about it with me, but at least she knows, and she tries to protect me from the extended family.
In every circle other than my Chinese community, I feel like I have been completely accepted, and it's wonderful. This to me is my last frontier to conquer.
You should be really proud of yourself, then.
Tonight is family dinner. I'm going with my mum, my brother, Natasha and Regan, and I'm really apprehensive because I am going to tell them a bit about what I'm doing with this documentary, this journey, and what I need from them. because I will need support from them on this journey. So he's hoping it goes well. This is family dinner time in the Khaw household. We've got Regan, who's reading his books. Hey Regan! And eating them too. This is my cousin Philip, my Uncle Richard. Hi Uncle Richard. Uncle Richard. Oh, here's my Auntie Grace. Let's go to Siam. Smile.
Hey.
And Mum. Hi Mum. Don't look so pleased on TV.
No, I'm not. Gone for the dad.
No, Papa.
Very happy.
What are you doing? Are you coming and visiting me? Oh, is it dinner? Okay, I'm coming. I'll turn it off. Cool. Hey, video cam. So tonight was a ridiculously long night. It started off really bad. It started off a bit of worse it could have possibly been, which was my mum basically telling me she'd never accept who I am and didn't want to be a part of this journey at all, not even a little bit. And then it moved from that to just not actually being able to accept me full stop. I never realised that she actually held the same views that a lot of my uncles and aunties do. I don't think she's ever really gonna accept me fully, but we'll see what tomorrow brings. Okay, good night. Morning. This morning we are going to Adrenaline Forest to do some hurl-ups. I'm gonna meet up with some mates and have fun. I think it's about time today I had some fun. Alright. So this is quality time with my friends. I don't know if you can see, I'm gonna point you towards, oh look, there she is, there's Nick. How you doing, Nick? And then look, there's Sharon. It's quite a workout, eh, on the outer arms?
I was like, oh please, just nice and slow. Nice and slow.
I thought maybe if I close my eyes,
Yeah.
I won't be able to tell that it's swaying comparison with the other trees, and it was like, no, that didn't work.
Last night I told Mum that I was doing this, like, with this filming, and she just sort of went to me, you know what, you'll do whatever you want, it doesn't matter, but it's still wrong. Yeah, that was really hard to hear last night, was that she just refuses to accept me. She actually said, don't ever bring my partner around here until I die, which was really harsh.
They do seem to work through some of that stuff in their own time.
Yeah.
Like my mum took about 10 years to get to a point where it's actually really okay.
What was she like how did you come out?
Over a few wines. Quite a few wines. And so I told her ages ago, like 15 years ago, and she was really not okay about it. And then over the years has just realised that it actually hasn't changed who I am or any of my kind of core characteristics or beliefs. It's just my partner is female.
And that's the thing, eh? Like, it's not this terrible thing. It's actually just about who we love.
We've got to go to this Chinese New Year dinner tonight, and I've got to go home and pretty myself up so I don't look like a tomboy.
Is it one of your family ones?
Yeah, it's just going to be the normal family get-together, talk awkwardly. They'll ask me lots of questions about my life, which is always fun. You know, the classics of, you know, where's my boyfriend? I'm 26 now, I should settle down, you know.
Why are you not married?
Why are you not married? Forget all the other stuff I've done, you know. It's just, got to get married, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, this is a walk in the park compared to tonight with the interrogations. Yeah.
Okay, so we are on our way to Chinese New Year celebrations. Gong hei fat tai, everybody out there. Hope it's been a good year of the metal dragon for you. Yeah, it's gonna be a celebration. How's it going? Good. Happy New Year.
Really? This is my brother.
We haven't got together as a group for a really long time. There's been a lot of tension sometimes between families. So to get all together like that and celebrate all as one was just amazing. People were happy and the food was good. I think it really shows how important it is for small communities to band together. What was really weird though was nobody asked me, not once, where's your boyfriend?
How many questions have you got tonight?
None yet. How many have you had?
None directly.
What kind of indirect?
It was like, I've been so many girls here. What about who's for your son? Kind of question. Yeah. And I was deemed too old.
One thing I found out from my mum after Chinese New Year dinner was that she actually had told her two sisters about me being gay. And actually, my auntie said, you've got to realise that no matter what, in the community that we live in, people will talk. They might say to your face, yep, that's great, good on you for doing a stocko. Fantastic. But then later on, they will talk. And it may not affect you, being me. It will probably affect your mum. She also asked me, you know, have you gone and seen a doctor about this?
Okay. I wanted to explain why I guess I'm doing this. Because it seems pretty outlandish, right? To come out on national TV as opposed to just normally. And I guess that's part of my persona as well. It's to do things big, you know, live life big, take the challenge. Realistically, I was standing at my brother's wedding. I was so happy because he was happy. Oh, but I remember that moment when you're standing there and you realise that if this was my wedding, would the same people be here for my wedding? And I brought my best friend with me and I asked her that question. She looked at me and she said, probably not. But I would. You know, I would be there for you. And for ages I sort of thought, yeah, that's enough, you know, the people that I'm comfortable with and my peers and people who are open, who will always be open, I'm okay that they know. And actually it's not. It's not enough. Because in some way I'm still invisible. And in some way my mum would love me to hide it away and my brother would actually probably like me just to not talk about it. But the reality is that I can't be invisible. You can't live an invisible life and be happy. You can't live a half life.
Around once. So you go under the wrist, okay? Yep, through, yep, and then up here. Do you feel that?
My job is Strengthening Families Coordinator for Wellington. And what that means is that I support families that get referred to me, families that have probably quite a few needs, quite a few things going on for them as a family unit. And my job is to get the right services and the right people around them. And the great thing, I guess, about my work is that it lets me volunteer with young people. It's what I would love to do with more young people if I had more hours in a day.
Hi. Christina's on the other side.
One more. Jab, cross, upper, hook. You got it. Through journeying with Christy Lee, it so happened that I realised she wanted to do kickboxing, and kickboxing is something that I have a passion for. So we started doing it together. Alright, let's go get some food. I think every young person in New Zealand could do with more positive people in their lives.
So tell me about your goals this year.
I want to learn guitar.
You want to learn guitar? Okay.
And I don't know how to speak Māori fluently.
Fluently. Do you speak at the moment?
No, I can understand it.
So learn a language and learn an instrument.
Yeah. What are your big goals in life?
Well, next year I'm hopefully going to South America.
How long are you going to go for?
Probably about a year.
Oh, cool.
And it's going to be the year that my uncles and my aunties are going to know that I'm gay, which is pretty scary.
Your family?
Yeah. Like my, you know, the wider uncles and aunties?
Yeah.
Making sure that they're okay with who I am and that I don't have to hide anymore.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you have to hide a bit of you, it's really
Shouldn't have
hard.
to hide things, though.
Yeah, that's the general rule, right?
Yeah.
Hey!
Hello. You say hello to us.
Hi, Regan.
Bà nó không phải mất. Open your mouth if you shake hands.
Since the last family dinner, really, nothing's changed. We talked in that moment, a lot of things came out, but when life ticks on, it just keeps ticking on. If it's not talked about, even better, just hide it away, you know, and yeah, pretend it's not there. It just doesn't seem right to live my life that way. I don't want to live my life that way. I had to ask them what they felt about me doing the doco, and I was really fearful. She just actually not want to talk about it, and she did. She talked about it.
It's just a bit worrying, the result.
What people will say?
Yeah.
From
The
it?
feedback. Yeah.
You're worried about the feedback?
Yeah.
What about the feedback's worrying?
Bad.
So you're worried that people will say that, what did you do to grow a girl who is gay?
It's still very hard to accept. But I'm still deep down there. I still hopefully it will not happen.
That I don't go and marry a lady? What do you think about like anybody else, like family finding out?
I'm not sure.
Do you know any idea? Do you have any idea?
Of what they're gonna say?
Yeah, reaction-wise.
I don't care. I guess this is why family dinners are so important to me, because actually this is all that matters to me. Because the reality is this is it really. Like if anybody else doesn't really want or respect me, then that's fine. But as long as I know I still belong with you guys, then that's all right.
Oh yeah, definitely. We still belong to still the Khaw family. It's still the Khaw. You can't change our surname. Yeah, isn't it? You're still the Chinese. You're still the same DNA. It's alright, Regan.
I'm so guilty of not giving them enough faith. I'm so guilty of thinking that she'll just keep in her traditional Chinese mind what's right and what's wrong. But actually, she's traveling on a journey just like me, just like my brother, as we kind of figure out who we are when we're not in the culture that she grew up in. Through this journey, I'm kind of fast forwarding time. Like I'm going, I'm gonna come out, I'm gonna tell people I'm gay, and they're all gonna be okay with it because I've done it in this way. But actually, I think I'm learning to be a bit more patient, and I think I've learned to have faith in how much your family do love you. Like, how much my family loves me is always positively surprising. And to all those family members who think, oh, you know, that niece, she's a bit, you know, odd. She's got that haircut, or she's got that look. Don't judge. Because the only person who loses out is going to be you.